he thinks that there's an occult group that worships the devil that's at the center of this. What do you like? What is public about that?
Well, there are a number of secret societies that have existed throughout time and are just historical record. We don't have to speculate about it. And we've already cited some of them. I mean, the Jesuit order is a type of secret society that wasn't so secret, but operated in secret ways. I think a lot of people would be surprised about its real history. But look at the Illuminati, which was a real organization that really existed, and the founding fathers in the United States wrote about it. George Washington wrote about it in his letters, and I mean, there was a real Illuminati. And unfortunately, that gets dumbed down into modern conspiracy culture, or sort of the dumbed down mainstream version of it, of everything is Illuminati. But I think there really is a group that certainly does participate in and believe in these, what I would consider to be wacky, magical beliefs about the energies that they can get through child sacrifice and what have you. It's absolutely, I mean, again, it's off the wall, unbelievable stuff, unless you started to look into it. And people like I'm going to forget his name, John DeCamp, looking at the Franklin scandal. And when you look into the Epstein scandal and you look into things like this, the absolutely inhuman, monstrous things that keep coming up as a result of this, clearly there are people who believe they get some sort of spiritual energy out of feeding off of fear and adrenochrome and those sorts of things. That doesn't mean that that's actually real or that you have to believe it, but I think there are people in positions of power who do actually believe that stuff. There's a lot of ways to try to justify and explain, and you had to understand the politics of the time, etc. But ultimately, yes, the Japanese were at the point of surrender, and in fact, much like World War I, was deliberately prolonged. And there's an entire book about that called "Prolonging the Agony" that people should look into, where basically they were trying to twist the screws and to Germany as a way of punishing them essentially for the war, and to further cripple them, which was if you watch my World War I documentary, was the real point of World War I. And World War II, again, I think the agony was prolonged in a sense, and then the bombs were absolutely not necessary, completely not necessary. But I think most people these days would at the very least understand, it was a message to the Soviet Union, because now they were drawing new battle lines for the coming Cold War, right? Which is I mean, look in the face of the families of the 100,000 people who were instantly vaporized in the blink of an eye, and say, but we had to do it to prove a lesson to the Soviet Union or something. I mean, those are the types of monsters, the absolute psychopathic monsters that we are dealing with. And anyone who would justify that on the basis of geopolitics are not part of the human family. Let's put it that way.